Hello, this is Mike Collins here from the Green Room, and I'm delighted to step through a map provided to us by Howard Matheson, one of our new contributing members in the Green Room. And as you can see here from this particular map, I'm after taking a homelands feature that we did just last month when we actually went to County Louth and the northeast of the island, looking very specifically for a Dullaghan family and some people actually in the Dullaghan family for Deborah Mansell. So I'd like to take this particular example just to show you how this map is very, very useful in this particular case with regards to our search. So she asked us to concentrate very much on the town of Drogheda, which we had no problem with. However, when you actually look at this particular map and the Dullaghan name, you notice that by the time of the 1901 census, that the majority of the name appears to be up here in the north of the actual county, with just a couple, I suppose, of representatives down here around the town of Drogheda. So we went to Drogheda town anyway, and a lovely place it is too. And I guess by the time of the turn of the last century, it was very much an industrial type of town and would have been quite attractive to people from all over the particular county and beyond. While we were there visiting some of the graveyards, we came across this particular grave, which was for a known Dullaghan. And interestingly enough, we saw down here John, as in John Dullaghan, who died in 1944. And John Dullaghan was the actual name, and the dates kind of matched of one of the ancestors of Deborah Mansell, she provided to us. So we carried on in our journey anyway and decided to go up further up north here to the town of Dundalk, right up in the top northeast of, I suppose, kind of the Republic of Ireland as well as the island of Ireland. And as we got closer, we went into the town itself, into the town of Dundalk. It's a beautiful place and very much dominated by this particular character here, a guy called Cuchulainn, who actually would have been one of the mythical heroes of Ireland. And this whole area of the island is very much bound up, if you like, in the mythology and the stories of things like the Cattle Raider Cooley. While we were there, we actually had a look at the Griffith valuation as well and noticed that outside the town of Dundalk was this particular townland called Proleek. And lo and behold, there we have inside the townland, according to the Griffith valuations, this man by the name of Thomas Dullaghan. And notice the spelling is a little bit different there to what was provided to us. And we decided to head off to this particular part of the townland and in search of this man, Thomas Dullaghan. And we did just that, and indeed we found just one of the plots of land you see here. Lovely, I suppose, kind of green scene there, lots of cows looking back at us. And this happens to be a piece of land that in the mid 1800s, was actually lived on by a man called Thomas Dullaghan, who would have been the great grandfather, the grandfather rather, of the man John Dullaghan we're actually looking for. So when we actually got back to Cork, actually, we started to do a little bit more digging into our names and so on, and we found, in fact, that this particular graveyard, this particular monument we actually saw earlier, was in fact the correct one for John Dullaghan. So we're very happy with that particular outcome. But I just want to point out as well that it was with the aid of the marvelous visual aid that Howard Matheson actually provided us with to actually show the distribution of this particular very unusual name across the county that started to give us big clues as to where we should be looking and where we would be most likely to find people who actually hold that particular surname. So I hope you enjoyed that brief presentation with a few pictures. We might do this again as well. And that's the Dullaghan surname, that's County Louth, and that's an example of one of the lovely maps provided to us by Howard Matheson. Thanks very much.